Hmm. For starters, I'm super tired. Oh, I should maybe go to bed. I need to make my bed because it's not finished. Oh. Oh my goodness. Life is weird. Real. Which, I don't know. It's so hard to describe, which then results in me just sounding or looking crazy, and that's okay. But maybe it isn't because it does kind of hurt, you know? When people assume because you don't know what to say or how to say, really, which has been like a lifelong struggle of mine. Having a lot of feelings, but never having the words. And then just ultimately looking crazy. So, we love that. um, I don't know. Honestly, just every day, I know that I ask myself, like, what matters most. And I guess perhaps I've come to realize that not everyone does that. And it sounds so small minded when I say it that way, but I will admit I have this kind of blind optimism that it's like, wow, this feels great. Everyone should do it. Maybe everyone is doing it. You know, having always felt like the one left out, the one that just for whatever reason never fit in. And I mean, very early on I tried, you know, and like, yeah, even then, you know, it fell off and then I stopped trying. And then that's when the true ostracization really started. And in a lot of ways was self imposed, but it just was so easy to blame others. So, I don't know, but I guess really ultimately what it comes down to is like the incapability to know how to express yourself in a way that feels right, which honestly I do feel like for most people is maybe intuitive. Um, I don't know, the background I came from, it wasn't. You know, always having to people please others. And I mean, quite literally, my own well being depending on it. So it kind of just trains you into becoming this people pleaser. Because if you're not, then let's just say endless pain, you know? And I've reached a point in my life where I don't blame anyone, you know, in particular. But I'll admit it's hard. It's really hard because forgiveness is a choice. It's just so hard. You have to choose it every day. Every day. Some days it's easier than others, and some days, my God. I don't know. You feel like it's like, man, I don't know if I can. But then you remember what the other side feels like. And just the opportunity, the hope, the forgiveness, the growth that can come from it. Um, it's really hard though. It personally took me 10 years. So, there's that. Feels like I've missed 10 years of my life. But it was where I was, and I fought to stay in it, you know, and you don't even realize it. So it's this stupid trap that is your own self-infliction, even if the beginning was never your fault, you know? Like, it's not your fault for what's happened to you, but it is now your responsibility, whatever that may look. So, yeah, it's probably the biggest life lesson I've ever learned. Oh, and constantly keep relearning. And luckily, it's not the same pain over and over every time you choose to. But, it gets easier. Not saying that it doesn't still hurt, but it hurts less and less and less every time that you do, until it actually reaches a point where you don't even feel it. And the reason why that is, though, is because after you've chosen enough times to feel different, that is what's remembered. Not the hurt and the pain and the loathing, all of that dark and, essential experience. Otherwise, we'd never know the light. But be careful. Be careful, because it will consume. And yeah, that's probably the best life advice I can give to myself and to anyone who may be listening. We'll see what I choose, I suppose. So, yeah. Okay. For now, I go.